Welcome back to Not So Grand Garage. Today I'm out under the carport and we're going to take a look at the wife's van. Just to give a little update on the LED headlights that we swapped into it and the high and low beams. Did a video on that not too long ago. Pretty well right off the bat I noticed an issue, and it's not really a big issue, but it was more of an annoyance, and that is a very slight flicker with the bulb at idle. So if you're sitting in traffic and things like that, you'll notice the bulb or the light output just flickers ever so slightly. And that can be an issue with a lot of these newer vehicles, that the headlights and everything are controlled by a module. The module is expecting a certain resistance from that bulb, and when that changes drastically, such as installing LED headlights which pull less juice, it can cause all kinds of issues, from light flickering to no light output at all, warning lights on the dash, check engine lights, things like that, because the modules are expecting that the light is to be pulling a certain amount of power. When it doesn't, it thinks there's a problem with the bulb, so it trips the module up. With that being said, the only issue I've had out of this one is a slight flicker. Other than that, the bulbs are extremely bright. They don't fail to come on, fail to go off, anything like that. So we're going to fix this real quick with a plug-in module. So, I called up Auto One LED, which is who provided the bulbs, and they sent us out these plug-and-play CAN bus adapters. Basically, these are real simple to install. They plug in line between the headlight harness and the bulb itself, and that gives the module in the car the proper information it needs to register the bulb and power it properly. So I'm going to go on and try to get this camera to pick up the little flicker I'm talking about, and that way I can show you what's going on, and then we will install these harnesses and see if they correct the problem. I doubt you'll be able to pick it up. It's a very slight flicker of the light pattern, and the frame rate of the camera may not pick it up, but it's there, and it's just enough to be annoying. So I'm going to plug in these adapters and see if it takes care of it. So as I was saying, these are literally just a plug-and-play deal. Unplug the harness from the light itself, plug the harness into the module, and the module into the light. And that is it. And there we have it. Simple as that. No more headlight flicker. And as I was saying, literally just a plug-and-play installation, and we're good to go. Very simple, and seem to work just as they're intended to. So I'm going to back up. I'm going to make sure the daytime running lights work, because that uses the same bulbs in this van as the low beams. It just runs them at a slightly lower power. So I'm going to back it up and make sure those are working properly and wrap it up. And no more flicker in the daytime running lights either. Well, that's going to wrap this one up. If you've installed LED headlights in your Town & Country or Dodge Caravan or any other vehicle for that matter that runs a CAN bus system, and you're having issues with lights flickering or doing odd things like not shutting off when they're supposed to, staying on all the time, or things like that, not putting out the light output you would think they should, these little module adapters, these CAN bus adapters, are probably what you need to fix your problems. With that said, I will leave a link to the specific ones I'm using for this model of van in the video description. I'll also leave a link to the website where you can get their other modules. Check them out. The price ain't bad, and they seem to work well. With that said, hit that thumbs up button. Helps us out quite a bit. Doesn't cost you anything. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We appreciate you watching. Just a side note, if you do have an issue with the bulbs coming on or what have you, or they stop working after you put those adapters in, unplug the harness from the adapter, flip it around and plug it in. You can reverse the polarity on them and the bulbs won't work. So I did that on a couple of mine, the high beam on the passenger side and the low beam on the driver's side. I got backwards. So yeah, take 5 seconds, flip them around, and make sure that's not your problem. You'll be back in business.